First of all, let's make sure that customization assist function is enabled. We can do this using the BXMobileWH9 configuration program. In my first example, I will show you how you can fill a field on the BXMobileWH9 mobile screen with customization. I will use the goods receipt PO item quantities screen as an example. On this screen, you can see a bin input field which is empty. In my example, I will fill this field with the default bin location for the item. To do this, I will create a user query in Business One with a special name which will take the item code and warehouse from the mobile, and it will return the default bin location. By pressing the C button, I am able to see the screen name, field and event names that are available for customization. Here is the screen name. Here is the item name for the bin location. I will also need the item code and warehouse in my user query. Before I write with my query, I will show you where is the default bin location that I want to use. Here is the default bin location. Now I will create my user query. This query selects from OVHS and OBin tables to get the default bin location for the item. You can see the placeholders for the item code and warehouse, which will be replaced by the mobile dynamically. The query result will be put into the text bin field. It is important to save this query with this exact name. Let's see the results. As you can see, the bin field is now filled with the default location of the item. In the previous example, I have created a customization user query which fills the bin field with the default bin location for the item. However, this might not be always desirable because it will not make the warehouse worker scan the actual bin location barcode. We will enhance the previous example by adding a new read-only field on this mobile screen which will display the recommended bin location, and we will keep the regular bin field empty. Let's add the new field on screen with the help of the customization fields user table. You can see that I have defined the new field in this row. I have specified the new field name, label, type, module, and also the screen. The exact name was copied from the customization assist dialog from the mobile client. I also have to modify my user query because I want the default bin to be written to the new field. Let's try it. You can see that the bin location field is empty and the recommended bin field shows the default bin location. In our next customization example, we will add some validation logic to the GRPO item quantity mobile screen. By default, it's possible to enter any bin location when receiving an item. I will change this behavior so that only the recommended bin location is allowed. To do this, I have to create a new user query. The name of the user query and the possible variables can be seen from the customization assist dialog. Let's create the user query for the validation. This is the validation query. If the recommended bin field is not empty and the entered bin location doesn't match, it will show an error. Let's save this query. Now let's try it. You can see that now the mobile will only accept the recommended bin location on this screen. With customization, it is possible to hide existing fields from the screen. Let's suppose that my company doesn't use the OOM functionality during the GRPO process. Because of this, I want to hide the OOM field from the screen. To do this, we have to add a new record in the customization fields user table. I know the exact names from the customization as I have to specify field name, module, screen, and set the visible to no. I know the exact names from the customization assist dialog. Let's try it. You can see that the OOM field has now disappeared from this mobile screen.